Okay, so apologies, my battery ran out. So as you can see now, me and Pooch are back at my truck. So just to carry on what I was saying about the e-collar. Very simply, if your dog does not have 100% recall 100% of the time and has prey drive, once this ban comes in, you'll be looking at a long line and potentially a muzzle for the rest of its life. And if you tell me that's animal welfare, then clearly you need to go and seek some help, because that's not animal welfare. People have dogs to enjoy them, to walk with them, to let them run free under controlled obedience. But I can tell you now, once it's in, they'll never turn it over. They'll say, no, it's in now, that's the end of it. But there is absolutely no evidence to prove what they're saying is true, whereas there is evidence to prove what they're saying is untrue. You cannot support a ban just because it's been slipped in the back door. They want to tell me that I cannot put an e-collar on my dog to make his obedience better, but my 6-year-old grandson can choose his sexuality. How is this even a conversation in this day and age? Rubbish. He's a child, he should be left to be a child. This is my dog, and I'd never ever put anything on him that would hurt him, or anyone's dog, and anyone will tell you that. So please, people, watch this video, take it on board. We've got 3 days to email or to ring your constituent MP and tell them, send them an email. If you want the exact email, I've got it. If you send your own, that's fine. We have 3 days before they vote to stop this going through and for people to be educated. That's what we want, educated learning. Okay, have a good day. Morning all. So as discussed in the previous video, this is purely going to be a conversation about the proposed ban on e-collars that is coming in February 2024. So at the moment, and I'm going to tell it as blunt as it is because I'm not going to fluff this up for anyone. Now some people might say, I'm not interested in what you've got to say, that's fine. Some people use e-collars who go completely support what you say. The people I'm trying to get to understand, the people that are saying never seen one, never used one, never heard good or bad things about them, so I would be interested. So if you fall in that bracket, I'm going to start this video off with this. At the moment, 95% of dogs don't need an e-collar, but there are 5% whose prey drive or reactivity is so bad, the only way you will fix that is with an e-collar. It's your only way to talk to your dog at distance, because dogs are very clever. You could train on a long line for 6 months and your dog will come back every time. You go, ah, perfect. The day you take that long line off, your dog will go, haha, now I don't need to listen. So when I talk about using an e-collar, I'm talking about a professional model, minimum of £250 investment, and a professional trainer to teach you how to use it properly. Now, this is where I'm really confident about what I do and what trainers like me do. If there is anybody who is struggling right now with their dog's prey drive or their reactivity, and you've tried everything there is possibly to try and it's not working, and you are seriously considering purchasing or looking into purchasing an e-collar, and you're considering asking me to help you train it, then drop me a message. And what I will do is I will come to your house completely free of charge for 30 minutes. And I will put my professional e-collar on your dog. At any point you think you're uncomfortable with it, we take it off. But I can almost put my house on it that your dog will show no signs of stress, no sign of being distressed, no sign of yelping, no sign of anything apart from tail will be wagging, having an absolute time of his life. And I will do that free of charge for 30 minutes to just give you an idea of where the force-free trainers and the positive money trainers who are pushing this ban want you to believe. So I'm going to turn up and I'm going to make you realise it's all lies. As part of this ban, there are a number of things. Once the ban comes in, it won't be illegal to own an e-collar. It'll just be illegal to put it on your dog. So again, how's that going to be policed? Because we all know that police are under a massive amount of stress as it is. You know, I see daily posts where people saying they got burgled, they had something stolen. Police didn't turn up. Are they going to turn up for a dog wearing an e-collar? Absolutely not, because by the time they turn up, the dog's not wearing an e-collar. So there's no evidence. CPS aren't going to run it. So again, all this is going to do is it's going to push this underground. So as a trainer, from February next year, I will not be able to train anyone on how to use an e-collar properly. So if you decide to buy one in February next year and you choose to put it on your dog, that's up to you. You have to be aware there's a potential they're going to be banned and you're committing an offence. But you go, if it helps my dog and it gives my dog better quality of life, that's fine. But you have to learn how to use that yourself. I'm not allowed to train you anymore. So it's going to end up with more untrained people using a tool that was designed to help dogs is actually going to unhelp dogs. And then when people can't get it right, they'll go, this doesn't work, the dog will end up to the rescue. I'm telling you now, and you can make a note of this, and within 6 months of that ban coming in, rescues will be absolutely overflowing. Because many years ago, I used to go to rescues and ask them if there was any dogs due to be put to sleep. And I would take one of those dogs and I would retrain it on an e-collar. And once it was trained, I would give it to a family in need who wanted a dog and didn't have the finances, and I would give it to them free of charge. They could go, all they had to do was buy their own e-collar. From that point, that dog would run on the beach, in the woods, everywhere, 100% recall, great way of life, had the time of its life. But this ban now is going to stop that. So any dog due to be put to sleep will be put to sleep. Any dogs that have high prey drive that they can't sort out will be given up to a rescue and eventually put to sleep. So all these people, force-free, positively, call them what you want. Not all of them, because I've seen, to be fair to them, I've seen a few force-free trainers actually saying this ban is a bad thing. It's a way to communicate. And I'll give you an idea. The ones on Amazon, as I've said previously, 40 quid, should be banned. Absolutely useless, made in China, they have no idea how to make one, should never be allowed to be. If I put mine on your dog, it will give off what we call 5 NJs of stimulation. Now you, as the owner, won't even feel that. But if you're out walking with your dog today, and firstly you see some goats or some cattle wearing a big collar, those electric collars, it stops them roaming too far. They deliver 100 NJs. Then you carry on your walk and you go up to past the field with some horses in and there's an electric fence up. That delivers 1,000 NJs. Now they're all legal, but the collar that delivers 5 NJs is going to be banned. But there's an exemption. If your dog is a military dog, you can use an e-collar to train it. So if the e-collar is cruel for your pet, why is it not cruel for a military dog? A dog is a dog, and everyone like me who loves dogs should say it's either a carte blanche rule or not. Here's the other one. Theresa Coffey, MP, was head of DEFRA, who are trying to bring this ban in and looking like they're going to get it through. When she was head of DEFRA, supporting the ban, Theresa Coffey was having her dog trained on an e-collar. And I have a video of that footage, and anyone can have it. And now she's moved to another department, her dog is still on an e-collar. So is it one rule for them and one rule for us? She contacted a trainer and had lessons on how to use it. Her dog's showing no stress at all in the video. And again, I will post it. If you want to see it or you want it, I'll send it you. Her dog is wagging its tail. Recall is phenomenal all the time. Second note, the vote goes through in 3.5 days' time. Everyone that supports e-collars has sent an email to their MP with links to the scientific studies, links to Theresa Coffey's video, etc, etc. Now some have a good MP. They've replied and gone, actually we weren't aware of this, and then they start to think before they vote. Some have had an out of office. Well, for anyone that lives nearby me will know our MP is Richard Graham. Absolutely useless. He's had 2 emails from me so far and he hasn't had decency to reply. So he's going to get it every day now for the next 3 days. And I'm going to phone his office. Because as a constituent, I have the right for him to sit. E-collars were banned in Wales. I believe, stand by, I will get it absolutely spot on because I don't want to get this wrong. I believe they were banned in Wales. Let's have a look. Give me a second. Right. So part of the email that has been sent to the local MP, or all the MPs around the country, has research done by scientists. People that study dogs all the time have done research to show that banning an e-collar is the worst decision ever. Scientific studies. This ban is going through with not a single bit of scientific research done by the opposite side. They're just pushing it through as an agenda. They're just saying shock collar hurts a dog, ban it. And it's being pushed through. So, where's he gone? Billy, come here. Hey, yeah. Billy, come here. Good boy. Sit up. Sit up. So, I'm not going to blab about all of it. But basically, they did a study of nearly 1,200 dogs, all reactive, all with prey drive. Once trained on the e-collar, all dogs displayed avoidance after the first training session. The collar averted all 13 attempted attacks on lambs. E-collars resulted in complete and permanent elimination of aggression in all of the 36 dogs tested for the aggression side. Sheep testing. No dog showed any interest in sheep in the test. Farmers in general don't want these banned. They're fully in support of having an e-collar because it stops their sheep being attacked. So, in Scotland, they have increased the penalty to £40,000 if your dog attacks sheep, and yet the number is going up and nobody's been prosecuted. Okay? So the laws on having your dog on a lead, it's just not enough. We have to have training that works. It has to be available options, which means an e-collar. There is just no way for some dogs, especially now when, like, I see a lot of dogs that come from overseas, and some of those dogs are street dogs. They've lived on the streets for 12 months, but they've had to fight every dog for some food. So you bring them to the UK, expect to be a pet, and wonder why it's attacking every dog. Just pulling the lead is not going to stop that dog. And anyone that sees how a dog's trained will tell you, even those dogs, they're not going to yelp in fear. They'll just understand to ignore the dog and just keep walking. So, Wales. Let me find the information on Wales, because there's so much that... So the National Sheep Association have sent a letter from hundreds of farmers which says a ban would be utterly irresponsible, and I can't agree more. But under the new legislation, it will be legal to use an e-collar to keep your dog off flower beds or to stop them barking, but illegal to use it to stop your dog chasing and killing another animal. Where is the animal welfare? Where is the animal welfare? There is none. This again has been made up by people who have absolutely no idea, and the problem is they don't want to come and see it because it will prove their theory wrong. I don't want my dog shot. If he happens to have a moment of madness and decided in a field of sheep he was going to chase them, the farmer has every right to shoot the dog. Now, being somebody, anyone knows will tell you, I do shooting. And if I'm up a farm one night and a dog is chasing the sheep, and I tell that farmer, and he comes out the next night and that dog's out, your dog will get shot. So a family loses a pet that's had a momentary moment of madness. No excuses, there's no second chances. But had it been trained on e-collar, it would never have had that moment of madness. So your dog is still alive. The farmer's still happy, the sheep is still alive. Animal welfare all round, in my opinion. So, if there's anybody that actually listens to this and goes, could you send me the link to send to my MP? By all means I will. I'm still trying to find a bit about Wales. It's in here somewhere, but it's so long. Wales banned them in 2010. Okay. Now, according to studies done through freedom of information requests to the police, through the farmers unit, etc., there have been 4 more times sheep attacks and 3 more times dogs shot by farmers than any other part of the UK since they banned e-collars. And that is Wales. So when it comes in England, can you imagine the figures? The thought of this is just makes my skin curl. Just because, again, I'm going to reiterate, because people don't like these collars, but they're not prepared to learn about them. 3 times the amount of dogs shot. So at the moment, if we're having 40 dogs shot a year, this time next year that's going to be 120, and possibly the year after over 200. 200 family pets destroyed. What'll happen is this ban will come in. Unless people get on the bandwagon now, this ban will come in. When it comes in, within 12-18 months, everyone will then start to go, oh, I should have supported stopping this ban at the time. Or somebody will know somebody whose dog got shot. Well, then it's too late. No point coming to me, another trainer or MP, in 18 months and going, oh dear, I should have supported stopping the ban. My friend's dog got shot. It is too late, people. We've done petitions, we've done protesting. It doesn't work. It doesn't work. Only thing we have left to do is email, ring, speak to our MP, ask for a meeting, explain to them. 90% of these MPs haven't got a Scooby-Doo what an e-collar is. They've been asked to vote on it. This is targeted at the middle ground. The people who go, oh yeah, but it's just cruel, I'm not interested. They're not interested to talk to me, so I'm not interested in talk to them. Because that's all they'll ever do. It's an opinion. I can't reiterate enough. This is not just about people coming to me to learn to train their dog. This is generally about this is generally about people just taking the time to absorb some information, listen, learn, and give it some thought. So I'm going to end this video with this. If this ban goes through and your dog has 1% of prey drive, it is quite simple. You have to keep your dog on a long line for the rest of its life, anywhere in the UK and Wales, or you commit offence. Simple as that. Choose to let your dog off and it goes in a farmer's field, don't start crying then when your dog's been shot. It's too late. You had an opportunity now to stop this, right now, to stop this. And like I say, if there's anybody out there now with prey, whose dog's got prey drive, and you're considering e-collar, but oh no, this ban comes in February, you have time now. You can buy an e-collar, contact a trainer that trains them, doesn't have to be me, and by the time the ban comes in, your dog should be proofed enough not to have a problem. But this isn't just me telling you this. Every trainer that uses e-collar on this. The big companies that sell the e-collars are putting money into this. This is legislation that's going to be snuck in through the back door with no scientific research or facts, and yet the people with the facts and the research are about to lose out because we're saying they're not what they're telling you they are. And I'm telling you not what they are. But I'm going to finish on this, and as you can imagine, this gets my emotions a little bit because I'm so angry that people just listen to what they're told. If, and you, bear in mind, please watch this bit. If I know that you are saying e-collars are cruel and you've done nothing to stop this ban, that's your choice. But from the moment on that ban comes in, if I see your dog off the lead chasing anything, I will report you, because that is my choice. No questions asked. You've chose for this, so now I'm going to fight my corner. And you can walk your dog, whether it's 3 months, 5 months, 2 years old, 4 years, on a long line for the rest of its life. And if it chases anything, it's going to be muzzled as well. And you've created that. So if you don't know any facts, please don't support this ban. Try and get it stopped and learn the facts. If it's just, oh, well, it's not something I've ever been interested in, that's fine. But you should still stop it, because just because it doesn't affect you